Hello, my friends, as we welcome you to episode number 2 of Voices in the Game. We are so happy you all are joining us, and words cannot describe how excited I am to introduce our guest here today. He is currently the pre and post game studio host for Tampa Bay Rays broadcast on the FanDuel Sports Network. And when those October nights turn into the chilly moments of winter, you can catch him as a college basketball play-by-play announcer on ESPN Plus. And he is also the founder of the Break-In and Breakthrough sportscasting cohort. He is Mr. Rich Hollenberg. Rich, thank you so much for coming on, my friend. We really appreciate it. Very excited to talk to you.
My pleasure, Colton. It's always good to chop it up with someone like you.
Excellent, Rich. Yeah, thank you so much again, my friend. So, Rich, let's get right into it. Can you take us back to the beginning, growing up in New Jersey? What drew you to first wanting to pursue a career in sports broadcasting? And was there a particular game that you might have watched in earlier on that said, "Hey, I think this is what I want to do"?
To answer your last question first, Colton, I don't think there was one game that stands out to me. The one thing I could tell you is growing up in New Jersey, as you mentioned, I was born into being a Knicks fan, a Yankees fan, a Rangers fan, and a Giants fan. Those were the teams I rooted for. And interestingly enough, my dad was never a big sports fan, but because of the business he was in, he owned his own company, he was a salesman. He had season tickets to a lot of sporting events as a way of building relationships in his industry. And oftentimes he would set aside certain games and sets of tickets to take the family instead of giving them to clients and prospective clients. And that's what sticks with me more than anything. Going to those games, the live events, walking into what is now old Yankee Stadium, former Yankee Stadium, walking into Madison Square Garden and first laying eyes on the court and the baseball field and the football stadium and things like that. Doing that a handful of times every year in my formative years still gives me goosebumps. And if I had to point to one moment in time, it would be nearly impossible to do that. But those moments collectively, I think, drove it into my brain and my DNA that I want to be here. This is what I want to spend my time doing. And then growing up hearing voices like Marv Albert and Bob Costas, just to name a couple, were the heroes of mine in sportscasting. And, once I found out that I was comfortable with a microphone in my hand, and that first started when I was about 10 years old, and my parents made me the MC of my sister's bat mitzvah as a 10-year-old. I realized, like, hey, I kind of like being in front of an audience. I'm not shy about standing there with a microphone in my hand and performing, for lack of a better word. Those were the seminal moments that led me down this long, strange trip that I've been on.